Grand Rising, everybody. Joseph Hennessy. The name of the channel is The Children. I don't know if you can see that B right there. But anyway, on YouTube it's Joseph Hennessy 1161. I am a starseed, a light worker, a rainbow warrior, an empath, a human being, an extraterrestrial, a warlock, a wave shower, a good person who's just tired of the narrative. So I'm just trying to find like-minded souls who are just sick and tired of what's beat into our head in the big illusion called the Matrix, because we live in a shit show, a movie that's coming to an end. So I'm just trying to find some like-minded souls just are willing to think outside the box. I'm going to plant seeds. I'm going to say things that might make you go, make you go, that's crazy, Joe, but that's okay. Today it might not make any sense, but in a few days and a few months, it just might. And I'm pretty sure everything that I speak about is going to come to fruition, and I'm not pretty sure. I know it's going to happen. Well, if it doesn't, this place is in dire trouble. But that's not happening. I didn't wake up to do what I'm doing to fail, and we're not going to fail because we are the light. We have the power of God behind us. You just have to believe. So anyway, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I'm back after my week ban. They took me down for medical misinformation with no recourse. I don't even know what I said or what I did. There's nobody to contest to. They just do their thing. Who do they work for? And who are they protecting? These are the same people for the last 5 years took down thousands of doctors and people who had a different opinion on what had been going on the planet for the last 5.5 to 6 years. So why did they take me down this time for medical misinformation? I thought we were away from the Biden-Harris regime of censorship. So is it the Zionists now that don't like what I'm saying? Because they're the owners of YouTube, the Zionists, because they own everything. So they don't like my narrative, so they'll find any reason to take my videos down off of YouTube, even though I have a total of 31 subscribers. But anyway, that makes me feel good, so I'm hitting nerves with somebody. But they're the same people who took down Peter McCullough, world-renowned doctor who begged them to stop the vaccinations. Robert Malone, who helped invent the mRNA gene therapy that they call vaccine gene therapy, mRNA gene therapy. That means they mess with your genes. And the guy who helped create it told them to stop, and they, guess what, censored them. Why? So everything's coming out now about what the truth is about the vaccines and all the lies and cover-ups. But I'm the liar for misinformation. That's funny. But anyway, thanks YouTube. Were you going to take this one down? Am I going against your standards, your community standards? You have no standards. You just pick and choose what standards you like. You got rid of the Indian fact checkers. What do you got, Zionist fact checkers now? Pretty sad. This is the United States of America, freedom of speech. But evidently, you guys work for the Zionists, the deep state, BlackRock. Who runs BlackRock? Larry Fink. It's all set up, but I'll try not to offend YouTube. I apologize. Pretty sad. So the other thing I wanted to speak about was No King's Day on Saturday, which is just hilarious to me because what kind of king is Donald Trump? He didn't have anybody beheaded on Saturday, did he? He didn't have the round table of the knights rounding everybody up, taking them back to the castle and throwing them in the moat, or taking them to the the nooses, the gavels, is that what they call it? Yeah. He just let them do their thing, act like fools, riot, break things, assault people. They're the party of freedom and nonviolence. You don't see any of the MAGA movement running around demonstrating and acting a fool and disrespecting anybody. They go by common sense, critical thinking. All these people at these rallies are all paid for by NGOs through our taxpayer money. George Soros, Bill Gates. They hate America. They hate us. Over half this country voted for the man running the country, and look what they're doing. It's never any solutions. It's just Trump bad. And what has he done? And I always tell everybody, I will sit down and buy you a cup of coffee and bring the paperwork for any questions you have about Donald Trump, because they make up all the bullshit about him, and I will just show you all the good things that he's done for people, for this country, and for people of ethnicity and color. Only president to ever fund the HBCUs. Told them not to come back. They were taken care of. I shared this over and over again. He's been the same guy for the last 50 years. Go back and look at his interviews. Nothing's changed. But no kings. What a waste of time. And the fake news was showing big crowds that weren't big crowds, because if you go to alternative news and you see where Hakeem Jeffries was, there was nobody there. People don't have any time for that BS. And how much of the population actually makes up of that radical left anyway? Even normal Democrats, where I don't even understand how you could be a Democrat anyway, even though the whole system's broke, both parties are broken. You can't be on the side where you have transgenderism for kids, men going into women's bathrooms, dressing in their locker rooms. Gavin Newsom was letting transgender men go into women's prisons, and women were getting pregnant. It's just a clown show. It just never stops. And in California, look what they're trying to do with Proposition 50. They already control the state, but they want to control all of it. Even though I will bet any amount of money that they rigged the elections in this state for a long time. There's no way people can be okay with everything Gavin Newsom has done. And he wants to be president. It's all a shit show. It's all a scam. Government's still closed, which is good, because this is just all part of the matrix coming to an end. Government's too big, too rich, too powerful, and does nothing for people except drain us, steals our money. But Donald Trump's fixing it. They can't stop him. He won't be stopped. Military is the only way to fix this country. He's sending the military into many, many, many Democrat-run shitholes. There's no good. Crime, violence, kids can't read. What do they do with all the money? They're always throwing money at everything, but nothing gets fixed. So, and all these people who are fixing everything are all worth multi-millions of dollars. And they don't live in the areas that they represent. They live in the areas that they talk about the people, the white people, who they run into the ground. That white people are inherently racist, which is just stupid. That's just the top behavior. The ignorance is running rampant throughout the government. Like I said, the Republicans aren't very much better. Donald Trump is not a politician. He's a good dude. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was I just finished my 6-day fast. And they say it makes you feel a lot more spiritual. It probably does. And I do feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more at ease. Maybe there's just all the stress that's been released from my body, because when you fast is just as important for your psychological as it is for your physical, because when you're fasting, your body can absorb all the energies from the universe, from God, the sun, the light code, the human resonance, because you're an open vessel. I take my shoes off, put my feet in the grass, and I'm just running 480 volts. That kind of system where the electricity is just running through me because there's nothing blocking it. No resistance, no rubber, no plastic, no processed foods. It's allegedly we're supposed to fast for a couple of days every month anyway. And if we originally were only supposed to eat once a day, that means we would fast every day, because anything over 12 hours is considered to be a fast, which I don't know if that's really fasting or not, because they say it takes 72 hours for your body to really start cleansing itself. So, but after 6 days, it wasn't that I was even hungry. I was tired and I was run down because I kept trying to do the same things I've been doing, working out, riding my bike, dancing, same schedule. But by that 6th day, I could barely walk. I would tell my body to do something. It would take me half hour to get out of the chair to do what I needed to do. But I'm so grateful that I did it. I do feel better. I'm down to, I believe, 164 pounds. And my God, I used to say to myself, there's no way I could weigh 170 pounds when I weighed 218. But here I am, 164, and I still can lose a few more pounds, and that's what I'm going to do. I started to cut back on the coffee. I was drinking too much coffee. Maybe cut back more on the cheese and dairy products, try to eat more fruits and vegetables, drinking more water. This is all part of the evolution to the 5th dimension, mind, body, and soul. I've changed everything, mind, body, and my soul. The hardest part has been my mind, that old stinking, broken thinking. Still want to go back to that old Joe Hennessy, that defensive guy, every once in a while. Show a little anger, a little fear, but in the 5th dimension, there is no anger, there is no fear. Something you have to purge, get rid of before we even head there. And there's going to be various timelines, 3rd, 4th, and 5th dimension. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but there will be parallel universes existing on Mother Gaia during this time period of ascension. I can't make this up, and if I did, I sure have one creative mind. But I'm grateful, I'm humbled. This journey isn't always easy. I'm going through a real difficult time right now. I'm not going to share that with anybody, but it has nothing to do with my health. It's just something that the universe put in my path as a test, a trial. It's always something. Like I said, ascending to the 5th dimension and being that leading edge is not easy, because I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my family lineage, my ancestry, and everybody on the planet. So when you're ready to ascend, it'll be a lot easier, because I'm doing the hard climbing up the hill. So hopefully everybody's path will be a lot smoother. So I'm grateful, I'm humbled. I'm not looking for greatness. I just want to be known as a humble man who served fellow people, service to others. Spent my whole life service to self, selfishness, and that's what we're taught. Dog eat dog. Do what you got to do to get ahead. But that's not how it's going to be. The new frequency, the new world, the 5th dimension is just about unconditional love. Helping your fellow man, stop judging. That's so hard not to do. It's easy to judge others, but judge yourself. That's the hard part, and that's all part of it too. But anyway, I'm grateful. I'm going to keep fighting the fight. YouTube can't stop me. Nobody can stop me. I'm on my mission. Came to Mother Gaia as a spiritual being to do what I'm doing exactly right now. I spent the first 57 years of my life wondering why I even bothered being on this planet. Accomplished nothing. But the greatest things are coming for me to accomplish by helping my fellow human beings. That's what it's all about. Helping the children, helping the old people, helping everybody. Wait till you find out who we truly are and where we're going. Our lives are going to be magically wonderful. I can promise you that. And if not, by 2030, Klaus Schwab said you'll own nothing and be happy anyway. So what do we got to lose? Either we're going to ascend to the fifth dimension, which I know I am, or you're going to stay with Klaus Schwab in the third dimension and own nothing and be happy. Way worse than it is already, because you own a few things, but you truly don't own anything on this planet. Nobody's free. Half the children on the planet don't have adequate food, water, or shelter, so nobody's free. I'm not free until every last child is released from the tunnels, the trafficking, the slavery, the indecency, everything. Let kids be kids. I want my inner child to be released. I want to be like who I was supposed to be, essentially. The young Joe Hennessy. Happy, joyous, and free. Namaste.